February 24, 2022, 4 a.m. Kyiv sleeps. Millions of Ukrainians don't yet know that in a few minutes their lives will change forever. In their homes, ordinary people slept. Doctors, teachers, students, children. They were making plans for the future, dreaming of spring. Cruise missiles streaked across the Ukrainian sky. Warehouses, military bases, airfields, these were the first targets. But all too often, ordinary people were hit. But in Moscow, a decision had already been made. A decision that would bring suffering to millions of innocent people. Rockets and aerial bombs began raining down on Ukrainian cities, breaking the stillness of sleep. From multiple directions, armored columns crossed the border. The largest military invasion in Europe since World War II had begun. Residential buildings, hospitals, schools were hit. The war didn't distinguish between military and civilian targets. Innocent people became victims from the very first hours. The first reaction: protect your loved ones. Mothers pulled their children close, trying to shield them from the horror of what was happening. People grabbed documents, water, bare necessities, and ran to basements. Bomb shelters unused for decades were suddenly filled with people again. In basements, strangers gathered who instantly became one family. They shared food, water, comforted crying children. Children asked, "Mommy, why is it thundering?" How do you explain to a child that someone decided to destroy their peaceful life? Morning Kyiv was empty. The city that yesterday was full of life froze in anticipation. But Ukrainians did not break. From the first minutes it became clear this nation would fight for its land, for its freedom. Thousands of men and women lined up at military recruitment offices. Programmers, artists, musicians, all were ready to defend their homeland. Ordinary citizens became defenders. In garages and basements, they prepared means of defense. Everyone did what they could. Volunteer centers formed throughout the country. People prepared food, collected medicine, helped with evacuations. Doctors worked around the clock. They knew ahead of them was the hardest test of their lives. Panic gripped the cities. People rushed to supermarkets, forming long lines. They stocked up on food, water, medicine, preparing for the unknown. Teachers continued conducting lessons, even from bomb shelters. They tried to preserve at least a piece of normal life for the children. The whole world watched Ukraine. Millions of people across the planet went to rallies in support, sent aid. Believers of different faiths prayed together. At this moment, there was no difference. Everyone asked for the same thing: peace and protection. Miles-long queues formed at western borders. People fled from war, taking with them only the most precious things. Volunteer kitchens worked non-stop. Thousands of meals were prepared for defenders and refugees. Musicians playing instruments in metro station shelter, people listening, culture surviving in crisis, atmospheric underground lighting. Nights were the hardest, but even in complete darkness, people believed morning would definitely come. Defenders stood at their posts. Ordinary people became heroes who didn't let the enemy reach their cities. Ukrainian journalists risked their lives so the world would know the truth. Their voices brought reality to every corner of the planet. Refugees found shelter in neighboring countries. Poland, Romania, Moldova opened their doors and hearts. The Ukrainian flag continued to wave over the capital. Kyiv stood, Ukraine resisted. Medics saved lives, working at the limit of their capabilities. Every life saved was a small victory. Children's drawings on bomb shelter walls spoke of dreams of peace. This was a reminder what the fight was for. Around the world, buildings were lit in Ukrainian flag colors. The world stood with Ukraine. The aggressor met resistance they didn't expect. Plans for a blitzkrieg failed from the first days. Every reclaimed city, every village that stood firm was proof Ukraine is invincible. February 24th changed everything, but it did not break the Ukrainian spirit. This nation proved to the world the power of freedom. Mariupol, Kharkiv, Kyiv, Bakhmut, Bucha, Irpin, Chernihiv, Kherson, these names would become symbols of Ukrainian resistance and unimaginable suffering. Cities that would endure months of bombardment, occupation, and heroic defense. Ukraine stands, Ukraine fights, Ukraine will win because truth and freedom are always stronger than aggression and lies.